Good morning. So, today's Wednesday topic is boundaries. This was suggested to me a little while ago. I think I'm still connecting. This topic was suggested to me a while ago by somebody and I forgot, and it just popped into my head last week that some work on boundaries might be good. I do see it in some of the people I work with, that setting boundaries would be beneficial. So, boundaries protect our personal self by setting clear line between what is me and what is not me. And having a lack of boundaries open doors to others to determine what they think your thoughts and feelings and needs should be, which doesn't sound good to me. So we're going to be working on boundaries this morning, getting you in a position to feel that you can set strong boundaries for your own self-good, your own health, your own happiness. And by setting boundaries, we're helping other people too. So before we start this one today, what I'd like you to do is think about a time recently, whenever, when maybe you should have set a boundary but you didn't. Somebody took a little bit too much. You would have liked to have said, no, that's my limit, but you didn't for whatever reason. And then bring that to mind and see how that makes you feel as we get ready to tap. So bring in that thought, that memory of a time when probably could have done with setting a boundary, and see how it feels, and see what's coming up for you. And let's do this tapping and then see how it feels at the end. So take a nice deep breath, feel your feet connected to the ground beneath you, and bring to mind a time when maybe a boundary would have been good but it wasn't set. Even though I hate setting boundaries, I accept my feelings. If I set boundaries, I might let them down. Boundaries are selfish. If I set boundaries, they might not like me. Boundaries aren't for good people. If I set boundaries, then I must stick to them. And that makes me feel uncomfortable. It is easier to say yes than to do what is right for me and say no. I have a fear of letting people down. Take a deep breath. So is there anything in there that resonated with you? Is any of that true for you? That maybe you think setting boundaries is selfish, or it makes you feel a bit weird, or you don't want to upset people, or what if you then have to stick to those boundaries and you don't want to? Let's go again. Even though I have been unsuccessful at setting healthy boundaries, I choose to love and accept myself. When I set boundaries, I feel anxious and guilty. I don't want to disappoint anybody. I hate feeling guilty. So I avoid the guilt by always saying yes. But saying yes to them is saying no to me. And that makes me sad. I realise that I put other people's happiness before my own. Looking after myself feels selfish and wrong. Take a deep breath. Let's go again. Even though I avoid the thought of setting boundaries, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Good people don't set boundaries. That is what I have learnt. I want to be seen as a good person. But I need to ask myself, what are my motives? Am I helping others at my own expense? And does this make me truly happy? Maybe I resent not ever setting boundaries. And I am tired of always being available to others. How do I break this pattern? Take a deep breath. Even though I used to dislike setting boundaries, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I can't show up when I'm exhausted and overwhelmed. I have given too much for too long. I have not been my authentic self. Maybe I don't want to be a people pleaser any longer. How would it feel to put myself first? To listen to my own needs? To balance my happiness with life's expectations? It is okay to look after myself. And I am excited at the thought of looking after myself. I am choosing to release my past anxieties. Take a deep breath. Last round. And then I've got a little exercise for you. Even though setting boundaries is long overdue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I am ready to look after myself before others. It is time for me to show up for myself. Looking after myself is not selfish. And I am learning this now. By setting strong boundaries, others will get the best from me. I give myself permission to be happy. I feel a new sense of calm and contentment. I feel empowered. And I choose me. Take a deep breath. Have a stretch. So as I was saying at the start of that, if you want to repeat this later, you can get the video on my grid. You can ask me for the script if you want it and you can amend it, or I'll put this on my YouTube and you can find it there. But think of times in the past. Oh, Helen, you've just joined us near the end. Think of times in the past when you wish you had said no. And then you try tapping on those feelings for what comes up for you when you go back to those memories. So by doing this tapping, you can start releasing those depleting emotions, and then that makes way for your inner wisdom that, you know, it knows it needs to put you first, and it knows that you deserve to be put first. That's the only way you're going to get the best from you and everyone else around you, by setting safe and strong boundaries. So, running a bit late. Oh yeah, that's fine. You can catch up on the replay. So two things I have to say to you. Know your limits. And then be assertive. And if either of those things make you go, oh God, no, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. That's not nice. Then drop me a line, because we need to do a little bit of work around that too. But I'll leave you with that today. Practice it again. Work on those boundaries. Setting safe, strong boundaries is okay. And I will see you next week.